Hello guys, and welcome to Scullcraft server. This is now the official Scullcraft server. This is no longer the fan server which I was on before, but I'm sorry for not putting that in the titles because I'm scared that would kind of make all people who would watch go away because it'd be like a fan server and it would block out the name of the video, which I like to try and make it sound exciting, like castle and awesomeness and that kind of stuff. But other than that, you might want to know what I'm doing right now. And I'm living in an underground base. I will be moving on to building a castle once I get enough cobble and once I get enough resources. But if you followed me on the Scullcraft fan server, you would know I had a lot of trouble trying to include functional items in my castle, like the storage room and all that, and there was no space for redstone, which I kind of like. I like basic redstone stuff. I kind of enjoy technical things as well as the nice looking things, of course. And that was kind of something that I really disliked, trying to squish in something that was functional and nice into my castle. And make it look good at the same time. And that's something I struggled with, and it is a big challenge. And I didn't like that. I'm gonna have a better plan. I'm more planned out. I'm pretty much more experienced in worlds now in Minecraft because I hate tearing things up. So I don't have the heart to tear something I spend a lot of time on up. So that's why I'd rather a lot of the time restart than redo. I don't know if that's good for my time or anything, because, you know, losing 53 blocks of diamond is like losing, I don't know, it's probably the same as losing, like, 15 hours of life or something. I don't know, because it takes time to find diamonds, and it takes time to collect the resources, and I'll build all the traps I had. But that's the really nice thing about this server, is because it's so active, but right now everybody's kind of in the Feed the Beast groove, kind of like the actual Minecraft server. Everybody's in the FTB except for me. I'm all alone. Before the FTB server came out, there was like 5 or 6 people. I remember. Mac told me the IP. Mac was nice enough to get me on the server after, and obviously Keith for accepting me. Scullman, the owner of the server, aka Scullman, but yep, that was very kind of them, and I'm very thankful of that. When I was first told the IP, I would look and there'd be like 3 or 4 people on all the time, and then the same day I was let on, I guess they set up the FTB server, and that kind of busted the views completely. The views, not busted the views, busted the activity on this server. Because I don't know why. FTB seems to be something that everybody really likes. I like FTB, but I'm not a huge fan of it. My actual plan originally was to go to another server and kind of just play an FTB. And my plan with that was to, instead of kind of use FTB as in like for the machines and all, my plan was just to get like a jetpack and all, and then go to vanilla and stuff, and like diamond drills, just to, like, items that can save your time. And then just kind of use those and treat it like it's vanilla. That was my plan. But then I got invited onto this server, and I was like, okay, this seems like really awesome. Well, I know this is a really awesome, really kind of official server. That's the best I can word it. So, I decided that I'm going to be playing on this most of my time. I might go on the FTB sometimes, but I've restarted so many times in FTB. I think I've restarted 3 or 4 times, and restarting FTB is no fun. It is the exact same thing every time. There are some things like restarting vanilla, it's not the same every time, but restarting FTB is the same every time. You jump into a cave, or you jump into a branch mine, and you dig for resources, because there's no way you can start with no resources for FTB. Just everything needs coal, everything needs everything to work in FTB. And then the next thing you do is you always set up a pulverizer or a macerator so you can get twice as many resources. And it's just the same every single time. And every time. But if you kind of know what I mean, and I kind of forget what I was going at, so, let's just take a look at this, and this doesn't look so great. But I think I was saying something about how FTB, how every time it's just the same. It doesn't differentiate from one time to another. That's kind of how I feel. Because every time you just want to get more resources, so you set up the macerator, then you go for this. Because every item in FTB is not like an item in vanilla. When Mojang adds something to the game, it has many uses. I mean, think about the redstone repeater, how many implications that has, how many implications the piston has. Like, when I first heard of the piston, when I was watching CoStar, the only implications I could think of was water gates, and it turns out there were so many things that came out of pistons. There were bud switches. There were just so many things you could never imagine just came out of a simple moving a single block. I mean, people were setting up calculators and monitors and interactive screens. It's just incredible what people can do with the basic vanilla items. But then in FTB, you need a specific item for every single block. But like every single item has only a couple uses, but like I'm not saying that FTB is bad. I mean, it is a super fun game, and it is a big kind of like change from vanilla. There's a lot of things you always wished for in FTB, and all these kind of things. But I think vanilla is still where Minecraft is at. It's much more balanced, in my opinion, and eventually I think the Minecraft server viewers and every server will eventually slowly shift back to to vanilla, or people will kind of adapt to FTB and more or less kind of play around with the FTB items and that. But I hope it stays with vanilla because I really enjoy vanilla Minecraft. I think it's a lot more balanced and it's more fun than FTB in the long run. In the short run, like right now, FTB is very, very fun for a lot of people who are still kind of new to it. Like, the thing is, you can run out of things. Like, you can run out of improvements and things to get creative on in FTB, because there's only so much you can do. I mean, there's no point to vanilla, but there's also no point to FTB. Besides, like, there's a point where you'll have nothing more to get. And that's same with vanilla, but there's always something creative you can kind of implement into your vanilla game. But when you're in, I'm not saying FTB is bad. Once again, I'll reiterate on that. But this is how I'm kind of feeling, because there's a point where there's not much more to do because you don't know what you want. You don't know what you want to achieve. If you have big understanding in coding like Dude does, and you can have fun with the turtles and all, that's a different story. If you're like that and you have a huge understanding of a specific aspect of the game, then you can try and see how many implications you can do with that one item, which is what I think what makes vanilla fun. How much can you do with what you have? I think Good is doing a good job of that, and I hope you cannot hear what my parents are saying right now. Because I told them to shut up, and they're terrible at listening. I don't know why. They're completely silent. I mean, completely. Like, not a whisper when I'm not recording. But then I start recording, and all of a sudden, it's like a party. I don't know what's up with them. Hopefully you couldn't hear it. I don't know what they were saying, but... yeah, I just really get interrupted a lot when I'm recording my videos. So I think I've talked enough about FTB, and now I'm gonna start talking about how much progress I've gotten in the server so far, and some plans for the future. So far in this server, my plans, as I said, are gonna be to go technical. And with the implication of the hopper, there are so many automations you can make, I can make. And there's so much, not just automation, but there's so many farms you can set up that need no maintenance now. And let me give you a couple examples. So let's say Melons are an example. Pumpkins are an example. Mushrooms are an example. Chickens can be fully automated. Eggs, sugarcane, all these blocks that kind of can be harvested with pistons, like, and cactus was always fully automatic, but it's kind of even more automatic cactus now, because you can store it in chests. You don't have to collect it. You can just grab it from a chest now, which makes it even more automated than before, which is pretty incredible if you ask me. And that also made me find out that there is a type of food now in the game that you can get fully automatically. All you have to do is you have to craft it together. It will deliver all the items same to one chest for you, and I think that is truly incredible. And this food is pumpkin pie. Eggs you can get fully automatic from a chicken farm delivered to you. What's another thing you get fully automatic delivered to you? The pumpkins. Yes, you can set it up with a hopper timer or any other kind of timer, and you can deliver items to yours. You can get the pumpkins delivered to you, and exact same story with sugarcane. So that's another thing I want to kind of get going in this server. It's fully automatic farms, just things that deliver it to you. Cows are one of the things that aren't fully automatic that I want to do, because cows, they're like a commodity, I'd say. The leather is so valuable. In my last world, the Scullcraft fan server, I had less leather than I had diamonds. I don't know how much diamonds, 53 blocks. At the time I had the most, like a couple double chests of diamonds. But guess how much leather I had? I didn't have enough to finish the item frames for my storage room, and that was pretty incredibly sad. Considering I had more diamonds than leather. And I'm sad there's no way to automatically feed cows, or like you can't put food in a cauldron or something and then cows will eat out of it or something like that. I'm kind of sad that that's not an implication, but you know, you can't have everything. There's only so much Mojang can implement that will keep the game balanced and interesting. Remember when instead of having redstone lights to switch on and off, you had to do like lava with pistons and all that? That were all things you had to kind of not conquest, but you had to like tackle it, and you had to figure out a way. But now there's something that's just there for you, which is what I think Mojang should try and kind of stay away from, is things that do things for you. But then again, the hopper doesn't really, it does do things for you, but it kind of it has a lot of implications. What I'm trying to say is they shouldn't implement things that don't have a lot of implications. And I think they've been doing a very good job with that, and I don't think they should change what they're doing. Like, it's just incredible, I think, what the Minecraft community comes up with what they get in vanilla, which is why I think vanilla is where it's at. And I know I'm probably sounding like a broken record right now. I love B00, don't get me wrong, he's one of my favorites. But I kind of sound like B00 right now. Sometimes just for fun I call him B-double broken record. Because he's always like, oh, it's so humbling and it's amazing to see how much support you guys give me, and I really kind of think he's kind of like a broken record sometimes. But then again, I love his commentary. I like him pretty much as much as Etho, which is kind of how I found the Minecraft server. This is another story to behold. I found Minecraft through Michael, pretty much. Well, that's how I first discovered a Minecraft video, but I wasn't subscribed to any of the Minecraft guys before Ooge, which is when I subscribed to Good and Ooge. And then I later subscribed to B00 and UHC. So that's another one of the things that Minecraft probably doesn't notice that's been helping them a lot. It's the UHC. UHC is how I found Nebris, it's how I found Zsto, it's how I found Vintage Beef. I found B00 and Good via the Ooge series with Etho, but I pretty much started by only watching Etho, just waiting for that Etho video every day and being like devastated when there was that every other day where there's no video. And then Ooge came along, so every day there was a video, and eventually I checked out Good. I checked out Good because he was less derpy than B-double-O. And then later I checked out later when I heard of building with B-double-O, because I'm a builder, right? I love building things, and that's why I checked out building with B-double-O, and I really liked it, and I thought his village just kind of amazed me, because it was one of the first nice builds I had seen in Minecraft, because I had seen the amazing technical things, how the zombie getting here, Etho has done, and I had seen, like, scientific calculators at that point, but I decided to, watch Etho because of, I thought, his episode 2. That's